from Chiller North. It is second game of week 2 of the Cap City Summer Elite Hockey League, the league involving National Hockey League, American Hockey League, Professional Hockey League, NCAA, and junior hockey players. Truly elite hockey. And we just had an earlier game that was just a classic, as it was High Bank defeating 614 in overtime 14-13. This game will involve Bladetech and Battery Hockey Academy, Greg Franke and Ryan Dietrich, and what a shot that was to win it in overtime there by a player, Kiefer Sherwood, NHL player, making his debut this week. And what a debut.
A heck of a debut. Yeah, missed out on week 1, but joined us for week 2. He had 4 goals there. He did have a money puck goal as well, and not to mention the game winner in overtime. Yeah, Kiefer Sherwood, welcome to the Cap City Summer Elite League.
And we also saw Patrick Line, who was making his debut on the other side for 614, and he put on a tremendous show as well.
Yeah, we've got a few more debuts this week. Anthony Petrozelli for Battery coming in. Alex Barber from France, he's coming in for Bladetech Hockey. And we've got Ray Peralt for Bladetech as well. He's playing in Maryland over in NAHL. So it's nice to get some of these minor league semi-pro guys some experience, some chances to play here. I mean, we've got a guy from France, plays internationally, plays here in Columbus as well, so it's very cool. And as you can see, that's Bladetech right there in those bright blue unis. Getting some warm-ups. Excuse me, Battery Academy in the blue. I misspoke. Bladetech's rocking the camo and the red on the far side. But yeah, there's Petrozelli there for Battery Academy, and a good shot of the crowd. We got a full house here, folks. Last game, there's probably 300 people, 400 people in the building. I did see a few youngsters getting some autographs from the pros and some of their favorites. We mentioned Line Karali, Roslovic, all the guys in the building.
Yep, some of the NHLers that we're going to get to see today. Gus Nyquist from Nashville, Swedish player who in his career has had over 700 games. He's scored 175 goals, 253 assists. There is Cam Atkinson from the Philadelphia Flyers, and he has also had a tremendous career, a 700-game career in which he scored 236 goals, 216 assists for 452 points, and I saw quite a few Cam Atkinson jerseys on the fans walking in here today.
Yeah, definitely a local favorite. There's the man himself. I believe he's co-owner of the Battery Hockey Academy. Helping the young guys get trained here in the building. And here's a couple of highlights from last week. That's Atkinson. And that one to go up 8-6 there in the second half.
Of course, he's a favorite in Columbus, too. He had a great career there. He had 41 goals for the Blue Jackets in 18-19, 35 goals for the Blue Jackets in 16-17. So you'll see a lot of these players from other teams. They have a great background with Columbus, and some of them even hailing from Columbus.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a good shot from the Bladetech guys here as well, coming in from Canada in Bladetech Hockey.
Also, Boone Jenner from Columbus. Blue Jackets will be in this game, and he too has had a tremendous career. He scored 30 goals for the Blue Jackets in 15-16, 657 games, 170 career goals, 159 assists. So not only NHL players, but we've got NHL players that have had tremendous careers. There's a look at Nyquist, who we were talking about. 428 points for the currently playing for the Nashville Predators. Last year he had 11 goals and 27 points in 51 games played. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot from him as well in this game. Plus Chase Grisak, who is with San Jose in the American League, but he's a Columbus area player, very high-level hockey player as well, that we're going to be watching here today. Scooter Brickey from Ohio State played 3 years at Western Michigan before playing his final season as a transfer for the Ohio State Buckeyes as a real anchor on their defense, and he can make plays moving up the ice too. Another local favorite that we'll be watching here today.
Yeah, warm-ups are over. 3-on-3. We've got the first lineups coming on the ice as we get some handshakes out of the way. Battery Hockey Academy sitting atop the standings with 3 points. Bladetech in second after their overtime win last week.
And we are...
So the two 1-0 teams taking on each other here to dish out the first loss.
Here's Atkinson snaking his way in over the blue line and then makes a centering pass. Ended up being taken by Spencer Cox from Miami. He's in his Miami attire. Near side, back to the point again. This is Cox and playing a game of catch with Atkinson right now. Now they own the puck. Back of the goal, looking for it in front, trying to jam it, but unable to. And then we have a breakaway going the other direction. Deke and a goal scored by Will Rydell, number 21 from San Jose in the American Hockey League, as opposed to the Sharks in the National Hockey League. But that was definitely an NHL caliber move right there.
You bet Rydell. He's got 3 points in the league this season. He had 2 goals last week and 1 assist. And he gets it going early here with the first goal in under a minute for Bladetech, excuse me.
Well, so Battery owned the puck in that first shift, but then a quick break and they come out and score. And that's what you see a lot in this particular type of hockey. Now it is Scooter Bricky from the Buckeyes. Whirling back, and Scooter's a good name for him because even though he's a good-sized defenseman, he definitely has good wheels. That pass on the left wing boards, trying to make a play, just dumped into the corner.
Yeah, Sonnedecker made a good impact last week. Let's see if he can keep it up for Bladetech.
Jonathan Sonnedecker from Smithville in the Smith Falls in the Central Canadian Hockey League, and he's got the puck here now, and he chipped it over the top. Good pressure on the play, making him that pass maybe a little, or that shot a little more than you would have wanted to. Now it's Farthing in over the line. Luke Farthing with the puck from Canisius in the NCAA. And to clear it out, nobody could get to it. And Farthing made the pass, and he went out and got his own pass.
Good chance for them to get a little line change here early, but you don't see that too often, do you?
Used the goalkeeper and got a little time. Now a pass out to Malcolm Palmer, number 21 from Stevenson in the NCAA. Back of the net. Trying to come up with it is Dante Moretti. Back to the point, dangling with the puck here is Pirizelli, that player playing his first week in the league. And he definitely moves very, very well. Here is Palmer with a shot. That was deflected by Connor Lemmerbrock.
Yeah, Battery moving really well as a unit, kind of that cycling, swirling that we're talking about.
And they've got kind of set up in a 1-2-2 defense. Maybe a little bit more of a systematic defense than we've seen. Now with it is number 9. This is Will Elger. They played it off, and they got a good cycle going here. Lemmerbrock make a move there. A lot of times the play to pressure them is at the blue line. They might give it up, and you get a breakaway. Cole Miller out in front. That shot by Elger was blocked. He has it again. Lemmerbrock across. Elger fanned on it. And now he tries to get back on top of it as Petrozelli is all over him. But very good puck control there on that particular shift by Bladetech.
Yeah, Bladetech doing a good job, led by Will Elger there.
Lemmerbrock offside.
Yeah. Right as we were complimenting him. But yeah, another rare stoppage here. You don't see too many offsides. Guys do a good job of paying attention and having awareness where the puck is. It's a little easier to do in 3-on-3, but as you see, when the pace gets going, it can be tough, and here we go.
And does it ever get going? Atkinson made that play with his body and then got it back to the ice in a shot, but the save was made by Eric Dopp, the goalie for Wichita in the ECHL. And now it is Jenner. Dipped his shoulder, cut to the middle, and that pass couldn't quite get through. And out to center ice again.
Yeah, Dopp did some good work last week. Had his hands full for sure, but it's nice to see the Wichita ECHL guy getting some action.
There's Atkinson, played it up high with a good pass out. Hayes Hundley with a shot. Backdoor goal, Atkinson. And he ties it up.
Cam Atkinson with his first goal of the game for Battery Hockey Academy. Cam Atkinson, the captain of the Battery squad. I know him and Joey Nahe, one of the management for the CCSEL here, do a great job at Academy and have really helped get this going. Cam Atkinson, last week's High Banks Distillery Player of the Game in his victory.
He puts that puck in deep, and here comes a quick break in the other direction here. They drop it off, and the shot, and that one is just sent wide of the net. And still controlled here as they try to make a counterattack again, stepping out in front. But Heideprem couldn't get the shot away. Now it's Atkinson again. Atkinson with a backhand shot and a save made by Eric Dopp. He went to his right. And out they come again with a pass. This is Bladetech back on the move. 2-on-1. They take a shot and a save by Michael Soch, and the goalie for Robert Morris in the NCAA.
That was good work by Will Rydell there, trying to track down Atkinson. Disrupted his shot a little bit, but then Rydell ended up on the other end of the 2-on-1, but never got the pass from his teammate. The San Jose.
It's the Barracuda as opposed to the Sharks. I'm sure there's a lot of both of them.
That's
what I was asking. Waters there.
Yeah, I was asking about it last week. That's cool that he gets to represent the Barracudas.
There's a shot and a save. Cole Castles from Belleville in the American Hockey League. He got stopped right out in front, flared through, and here's a breakaway. As it is an opportunity here for Bladetech, and the backhand shot, he couldn't slip it through on that clear break. Now Cox back in the other direction. That was Grisak on that breakaway.
Yeah, teammates with Rydell for the Barracudas.
Now right in, centering pass, and it's taken over by Castles, number 19. He tried to slip it in front. They couldn't get a shot around the boards. Campagna lost an edge. Cox moves into the shot. He scores. And that makes it 2-1 for Battery.
Spencer Cox, the Miami, Ohio Redhawk, knocking one in. That's his first of the game.
And he was working that puck around beautifully with Cam Atkinson in the opening shift. And he buries that one, so he and Atkinson, the two goal scorers, now pass out. This is Dante Moretti from NCAA's Plymouth State. He was checked in the corner. Using that word checked more and more often.
For a non-checking league.
That's exactly right. Checking meaning defending, not necessarily hitting. And out to center ice now. It is Alex Barber with a pass back, breaking in alone, backhand shot, and a save made there as Elger moved in. Now it's Barber, who played at Bowling Green State University, still has his BGSU pants on. Checked on the play. He's now playing. Barber is playing professionally in France now. At the center ice, Barber comes up with it, and a good pass out. Dropped off by Bricky. Scooter Bricky from Ohio State made a move, tried to get right through. I knew he'd be playing a lot more offensively because he'd step up and go to the attack as a defensive player, even in college.
Well, that was good work there between Bricky and Elger to kind of corral it against the boards and push it the other way. Just couldn't come away with an opportunity.
Eric Dopp was holding on to the puck. He gave it up. And a neat little backhand pass by Heideprem through the shot. And that was a wired wrist shot that went wide. And a stoppage in play.
And yeah, Alex Barber, again, getting his first week here in the CCSEL. He had to miss last week. And then Spencer Cox as well.
Yeah, he was helping out at the Donskov Hockey Development where they had the Stanley Cup presented last week on the staff there. Right out in front, and a save.
Yeah, Heideprem almost had a good one there as he was spinning around, though, off of the face-off as they cover it up.
Face off to the left of Sochin, and here's a breakaway. This is Atkinson again, winding up for the big drive, and he was stopped by Eric Dopp, and that was a big slap shot from about 30 feet away.
And if you want to experience the thrill of the game with Yamo Sports, live stream hockey, soccer, and more directly to your device. Connect with all the action at yamomedia.com or email us at yamomedia614@gmail.com. Yamo Sports, your world of sports live and on demand. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in live today, week 2.
A lot of action on Yamo Sports here today as Malcolm Palmer carries it out. Palmer went wide, had to drive in, was just checked at the last moment. Now a pass out, and here's a breakaway for Heideprem moving in. Backhand shot and a save with a trailing leg pad there by Sochin.
Yeah, Sochin looked like he wasn't quite sure where it was. He made that stop and had to keep checking back to see. We got in there. Good opportunity by Heideprem. Just, right under the pad, it looks like. How many games do you get where you've just got a line of children along the boards?
This is kind of a unique thing.
You bet it is.
And now it'll be less and less unique as the success of it starts to get around. And now it's out to center ice. Good move there. And they backhand it in. That was Heideprem. Now it's skating out. Atkinson hitting the line, trying to slip his way through. That puck was recaptured, though, by Hundley. Shot save. And then they cleared out in a breakaway. Back-checking attempt by Hundley, and then a 360 spin. Can he get the shot away? A goal! Oh, my goodness. What a play there. I didn't think he was going to get the shot away after he made that spin.
Gus Nyquist, what good fancy work in the front. The big save creates the opportunity in the rush going the other way as Nyquist gets ahead of everybody. And just look at this. Pulls up, spins one guy, keeps it away from another.
Went to the backhand on top of everything else.
Impressive stuff.
That was one of the most amazing breakaway goals you'll ever see. Now they break in the other way and dragged it back and tried to flip it through, but it was just wide of the net. And here's Hundley now with a chance. Hundley across in. That shot is fired wide by Cole Castles. Here comes Nyquist again. Can he come up with an encore for that last goal? That was a save as Sochin just stood his ground. Now back the other way. It's just one breakaway after another. And that shot stopped by Eric Dopp off J.C. Campagna. Right out in front, another shot. And a save. Once again, they just keep firing away. But it finally clears out to center ice and use the keeper there to go for a line change.
And the crowd's in disbelief. They thought that last one from Campagna got through, but man, another save there from Eric Dopp somehow.
Spencer Cox moving in. He scored a goal in this game. Dropped it off to number 19, Castles. Castles put the brakes on. Nifty move behind the back, then centered it, shot goal. Campagna scores on that great play by Castles as he freed himself with that neat stick handling move behind the back and then centered it in front for the quick shot.
Yeah, first goal by J.C. Campagna today.
See how he put it?
Last week, he's got 3 points, so he's got 1 goal and 2 assists.
See how he put that puck behind his back to lose the defenseman. Did a great stop and change of direction. And it's one thing that they've got to always be looking to make sure there's not an open man in the slot, because so often that's what we've seen. They'll draw the defenders and the guy will be in front of the net all alone. So the score 3-2 now in favor of Battery Hockey Academy. Out to center ice, this is Rydell. He was checked on the play. And that's center ice, and Alex Barber is after it.
Good stick work there by Moretti to knock that pass down and keep it in play.
Cross rink it went. Now turning it up is Will Rydell. Over the line, Barber flipped it in front, and it was stopped and held on to by Eric Dopp. And if anything, the tempo is even faster this game than it was in the last one.
Well, and I will mention our previous goal scorers. We take a look here at Eric Dopp, making some good work, and I think that's J.C. Campagna. He is one of the 4 league management officials. He does day-to-day operations, and he's also a player. We had him sit down last week at halftime for a great little interview. You can still find that online.
Perizzelli with some great stick handling. Back to Cox. Perizzelli cutting for the net. Couldn't quite get back to him. Petruzzelli, 29, plays for Fort Wayne in the ECHL. The Comets, long-time hockey franchise. 2-on-1 now. Waiting for the pass across and the return. and they couldn't get a shot away, and they scoot back up the ice. It's a 2-on-1 the other way, led by Moretti. The shot across and fired in by Petrozelli.
Anthony Petrozelli nets his first goal of the afternoon. All 6 goals scored by different people so far from the Fort Wayne ECHL, playing just right next door here in Indiana. Excellent work from Petrozelli there, his first week here in the CCSEL.
Top of the puck. And it's controlled by Luke Farthing. For Battery, his pass up to the line. This is Boone Jenner from the Blue Jackets. That shot goes wide. And that wide pass, 2-on-1 the other way, but Farthing gets back in a hurry to make it a 2-on-2. Pulling up, Will Elger with it. Dropped it off, trying to go wide. You forced him to his backhand, so he couldn't get a shot, but he played out top. Shot, goal! Yeah, that one was just bombed in.
I think that was Scooter Bricky.
Scooter Bricky, number 93 from the Ohio State Buckeyes.
With his first goal of the afternoon, Scooter Bricky.
And again, he's got a lot of offensive capabilities.
He kept that low right under the stick side of Michael Sochan there.
Now it's Heideprem with the centering pass. Bricky's right back in alone across. Heideprem shot and the save made by Sochan. Back up high it goes. Circling with it. Looking for an opening. Elger breaks in and he shot it wide.
Kind of a good look there. Tough angle, but
Bricky got it over. Now Elger back to Bricky. Tried to put it through to Heideprem, but just couldn't quite link up on that one.
Yep, tough centering pass through some good defense by Battery, clogging up the center there.
Pass out on the right here is Jenner breaking in on the right wing. Jenner sauces a backhand pass across, but couldn't find Petrozelli. And they back it out to center ice, so they'll regroup. But it's broken up. And it's taken by Cole Miller. Miller, number 16. And almost went offside, but maintained possession. Into the corner, checked by Cole Castles. Centered it up high. This is Nyquist, who scored that one unbelievably spectacular breakaway goal. And he comes up with it out at center ice again. Nyquist. And he's got a big smile on his face. He's just waiting for someone to move in the position.
He said something to Boone Jenner.
Lemmerbrock shot, goal! Lemmerbrock roofs it. And this Bladetech team is really coming on. Yeah, it looked like there was some kind of conversation going on, good-naturedly, between Nyquist and Jenner. There's a great move, cutting to the inside, and then equally good shot.
Great work from Connor Lemmerbrock there, his first goal of the day here in week 2.
And now it is controlled by Malcolm Palmer. Score now 4-3 for Bladetech. Out to center ice to put it through the skates, but it's deflected away. And back they come. This is Jenner. Boone Jenner's pass. They called it on the offside.
And I had to look at my notes there. Yeah, Connor Lemmerbrock, another one switching teams here midweek. He was playing for High Banks last week, and he's joining up with the Bladetech hockey squad this week. And yeah, one cool thing, yeah, we mentioned the Jenner and Nyquist having a conversation mid-game. Just another cool level to this.
I think they made that change just before the trade deadline. Back of the net, they tried to center it. Back of the goal, still loose. And some nifty control there by Cole Castles. Long pass out for Campagna. He moves in between the skates. He shot it. And a save made by Dopp. He said, "You're not going to beat me that way." Long pass. Nyquist couldn't field it. Back of the goal, some good stick handling there by Sochan. He wants to rush up the ice with it. He'll settle for making that long pass. Up for Moretti. Dropped it off. Campagno is checked, but he gets it right in front, across, and somehow it got sticked away by Dopp. And they attack in the other direction. In over the blue line, Nyquist again. And he centered it. Saw a great performance by Patrick Laine from Finland in the last game, and Gus Nyquist from Sweden is really showing us some things here in this one. Here's a check, stick check, and back they come. Nyquist again over the line. Great pass, but it just couldn't quite be handled for that shot on goal, and it skitters into the corner.
Yeah, Peralt and Grisak doing a good job there for Bladetech, working as a tandem. Create some opportunities on defense.
Back they come out. There's a shot, and it was either stopped or wide of the net on the short side, and they'll face it off with 4:40 remaining here in the first half. A little lower scoring than the first one, even though there have been some really wide open action.
Yeah, at least so far, 4-3 here. Nice.
Yeah, it may not last.
Yeah.
That's right.
And yeah, good work. There's Moretti there with the chance, but Dot makes a good slide to his other side, able to get there in time.
Here comes Barber in over the line. Barber dropped it back for the late man. The shot in, that one is snapped wide, and that precipitates a break in the other direction as Rydell walked right in for that shot. Come right out in front for Atkinson. Couldn't get that relay to put it in. He has it again. Circling at the right point. Dropped it off. He wanted Cox. They were working together so well earlier, but Barber intercepted that one. He charges over the blue line.
Rydell had Cox tied up.
Shot went wide. Well, you got to really watch the wide shots because we've seen how that can lead to quick breaks in the other direction so easily.
You bet.
Barber.
The turnover fast break game is so key here.
He got it to Rydell. Rydell with a shot. That one rode over the top of the goal. And at least it didn't end up out in center ice for a breakaway. Here's Boone Jenner from the Blue Jackets ahead to Atkinson, swerving in. Swerves again, waiting for time. Then he got a return pass, and the puck just somehow didn't stay on his stick there. Maybe hit something on the ice, and here's Elger skating in and over the line. Elger with a shot, and the save by Sochin. It bounds up in the air. Look for a centering pass. At the blue line, they're going to take it back over, and they're not hesitant to do that. If there's no play, they'll just go back out to center ice and start over again, European style. Here is Bricky with a pass over for Elger. Elger followed in by Bricky. He's being checked on the play by Jenner. Bricky still controlling it. Scooter slips it through, but it was just intercepted on a good defensive play by Dante Moretti. And the pass out on the move is Castles over the line. Castles across, and Jenner just couldn't redirect it on goal.
Yeah, a lot of open net there for Jenner. Surprised he didn't put that one away as he had a great opportunity.
Back it goes for Castles.
A little bit of patience here from the battery. I like it.
Good pass forward to Jenner. Jenner doing some nifty stick handling, and then he shot it back the other way, and it just went wide with 2:10, but he was making that puck walk and talk. Here is Heideprem over the line. Dropped it back to Bricky. Bricky tried to swing it around with that big reach, but he could not slip it past Sochin.
Oh, yeah,
Taken over by Lemmerbrock.
A little out of position. Sochan able to recover, though. Bladetech had an opportunity while he was down behind the net.
Now it's once again Bricky. Dragged the puck back with the toe of his blade across the shot, and it was somehow stopped by Sochin. I thought that was a gimme, like on a golf course when you're just tapping it in, right?
My goodness, he thought he had all open net right there. Great pass from Bricky, and Heideprem just can't put it away. What a glove.
On the golf course, you just pick it up. You wouldn't even have to tap it in, right?
Those are my favorites.
But he took it away. Now up they come. Here's a quick break in the other direction. Transition hockey at its best here. 3-on-1. Moving in, holding on. Campagna with a pass across. And it was just broken up at the last moment. Now it is Palmer back of the net. Malcolm Palmer from Stevenson in the college ranks. A shot, and that one just wide. Now they come in the other direction.
Awfully
close.
Let
a drop pass back, intercepted by Castles. That was dangerous. Now they get a chance for a breakaway. Here we go. 1-on-1 again, a big fake and a backhand attempt by Heideprem, but stopped once more by Sochin, and he's just stood in his head here today.
The young goalie from Robert Morris doing work, making some tough chances, and here you go. Here's a good look at it. Great stick save. Just bats it away.
And He has taken one goal after another away from Bladetech here in the last few minutes.
That's
often
good.
in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, a little bit lower scoring than our previous game, but we're still sitting at 4-4. And nobody's used the money puck yet. I wasn't sure if we were going to see that. Yeah, 1:12 remaining here to go in the first half.
Grisak tried to tip it, but I'm not sure if he was able to make contact with that puck or not. That's Sochin making the save. Like I said, in a lot of ways, this game's been more wide open than the other game. It's just up and down, one breakaway after another, although the other games certainly didn't lack for those either, but it's a little surprising the score is lower, although I think great goaltending, one of the big reasons. Look at Nyquist just blazing a trail through that defense, but he couldn't get a shot away. And now Moretti, back of the net. Moretti came up with it. He's being forechecked hard. He just had to release it, but he found his man at the blue line, pass across, Campagna's alone, and his shot over the top.
Just a little high over the goalie.
And now breaking out.
Rydell.
And this is Grisak. He's in with a shot, and that one went wide. Tried to get the trailer. He does find Nyquist. Nyquist, what a move. 360 spin. He still has the puck right out in front. Backhand attempt. No room, though. And they'll just have to take it back out again. Fake the drop to Nyquist. Still controlling that puck. I think he should have given it to Nyquist the first time, which in general, if he's got open ice, it's a good idea to give him the puck. And it's sent down, and that's the end of the opening half of play. It's only 4-4, which I think is somewhat of a surprise given the kind of game it was, but great goaltending, I think, is a big reason for that.
We've had a couple incredible saves from both guys. Eric Dopp from Bladetech, the kid out of Wichita in ECHL, and then Michael Sochan from Robert Morris, as you just saw. And he said it, standing on his head. Here's a good one from Dopp as Campagna lifts it right at him, right into the body, knocks it away, reaches out. Doing some very athletic stuff in between the pipes. Both of these goalies are. Boom, just right back. I mean, stays with the possession. They keep him working, and he's doing a good job. Here's some more. So that's Michael Sochan, both Eric Dopp, both goalies doing a good job as we're tied 4-4 here in the first half. And
well, that one I thought they earlier, just in real time, that he wasn't able to get the shot on that, but he actually moved to the right and stole a goal away from him there, and then right back in the other way. And just robbing him on that breakaway attempt. That was Heideprem was in. So that's, I would say, the biggest reason why the score is relatively conservative right now at 4-4, but that may not continue all through the second half. You just don't know.
That's right. We'll see. I was going to say Bladetech scored 13 last week. Battery Academy scored 17 last week. So this is a little bit on the low side of them. And each goal scorer in this first half was just an individual. Rydell with one, Cam Atkinson with one, Cox with one, Nyquist, Campagna, Petrozelli, Bricky, and Lemmerbach. And there's Rydell's score, the first one of the game, just under. And then Cam Atkinson's going to come in and try to get his work there.
So often you go on the attack, but then they get it right back out quickly again. But on this occasion, they were able to turn it back in. And then really soft hands there by Cam Atkinson, knocking it out of the air.
Yep, and you can see the smiles from everybody as they're laughing. This is a good time, and we are at halftime here, folks, so we're going to step aside for just a few moments. They've got about 10 minutes in the locker room, and we will be back for the second half of this Cap City Summer Elite League here on Yamo Sports Network. For Greg Frankie and Ryan Dietrich, we'll be right back, folks. All right, welcome in, hockey fans. Ryan Dietrich here with Matt Pfeffer, owner of 614hockey.com. Tough loss in that first game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can only do so much, but hey, we got the when the boys got the money puck, I was like, hey, we got a chance, and it was kind of nice to see the Blue Jackets on the bench there with the Line, Corrali, and Rozovic. That line was really exciting. Everybody jumped out of their seats, but it doesn't translate to the win column. So we'll be fine. It's 0-1-1, but that shot by Kiefer there at the end was a laser beam. So I was like, what are you going to do? Is you going to stop that? No.
Yep, that was going in, and you mentioned it, 0-1-1, but definitely the local champions of the league so far. You mentioned you've got the big guys on the line, crowd favorites. So what does it mean for 614 Hockey to be sponsoring a team in this league?
It's amazing. When I was approached about it back in the spring, actually right when the winter was kind of winding down, when we were approached about it, I jumped on board. I didn't have any reservations about this because I knew it would work, because this market has grown leaps and bounds in the last 20 years here. And actually in the last maybe 7 or 8 years, it's jumped, probably doubled. We're just seeing that growth on the youth hockey side right now too. The teams I work with, like Kaha and CCYHA, the Newark squad, even Athens down OU. There's a popularity here for hockey and a hunger for hockey that I think people are finally realizing. So it's really nice to see everybody come out on a Tuesday afternoon. I mean, I'm going to quote Torts on this. Does anybody have a job?
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding, right? But, speaking of that, there's a ton of kids in here, which is what we love to see. It's 100 degrees outside. You can come cool down. It's free entertainment.
Yeah.
It's free admission. So bring your kids, bring the family out. And another thing, check out the 614 Hockey booth out front.
Yeah.
You are the owner of 614 Hockey. Tell me about the apparel. Tell me about making the sweaters, what it's like.
Well, the design part is probably one of my favorite parts, because I'm naturally a designer by trade, and I'm also a sports junkie. So I've watched jerseys evolve from the 80s to the 90s to 2000s to now, and it's been fun to watch and to see guys that are I mean, it's a marketing piece for any team. Like if you have a new jersey, I mean, look at the NBA. Each team's got 9 jerseys now.
Yep.
Because they know it helps market the team. So I have a lot of fun with the hockey side of things. It was really funny because we were trying to keep the colors kind of very separate.
Sure.
And I wanted to go red at one point, and I was like, you know what? It's summertime.
Right.
So I call it Victory Pink now.
Victory Pink.
I like it. But no, I'm having a lot of fun with that. We're getting ready to grow, expand. I'm actually going to have a staff, which is going to be insane. I want staff because we're going to be able to do a lot of cool designs. We're actually working with some manufacturers to actually have our own version of our shirt. So we won't be using anybody else's shirt. It'll be our shirt, our hoodie, our shorts, joggers.
Awesome.
And we're getting ready to do some really cool stuff for this area, because 614 is actually past the 270 outer belt now. It's crazy. Everybody wants 614. I've been in contact with West Virginia University. I worked with Dartmouth this past year. OU, obviously.
Yeah.
Miami of Ohio, the D2 girls, they've been wanting. So it's really nice to see that excitement around the brand, not just because it says 614 and it's Columbus,
right,
but because we actually are offering a quality product and offering quality design. And we're making sure that when somebody gets something, that they're going to wear it often. Some people you don't want to do just fan gear because you're not going to wear it all day.
Right.
And so we want to build a brand that you can wear on the regular. So
I love to hear that, Matt. Obviously, we can tell the success. Victory Pink. I love that. And those bright pink.
One day it'll be Victory Pink. We'll see.
Maybe next week. But
yeah, we'll see.
Hey, Matt Pfeffer, thank you for sitting down and joining me. And for all the fans out there, 614hockey.com for all the coolest gear. That, or if you're at the Chiller North, head to the table and get it. Matt Pfeffer, thank you and best
Thanks,
of luck.
bud.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Thank you guys for having me again.
All right, welcome back, hockey fans. Ryan Dietrich here for Yamo Sports, live from the Chiller North. As you can see on the screen, Bladetech Hockey versus the Battery Hockey Academy. I'm going to take a moment to mention our sponsors of these two teams. Bladetech Hockey, awesome company out of Canada. I got a chance to speak with the owner, Anthony Mora, last week. What Bladetech Hockey does is they've redesigned the hockey blade, basically. They've used some civil engineering kind of tricks and specs, and the blade actually gives back a little bit of spring, so it reduces the pressure on players' joints, and it actually gives them an increase in speed. He had just mentioned that they broke Connor McDavid's on-ice speed record last week with the new Bladetech Hockey blade, so definitely check them out. You can find them at bladetechhockey.com. Again, a company out of Canada. They're rocking the camo and red unis today. And then I will mention the Battery Hockey Academy right here in Columbus metro area, right here in the 614. Cam Atkinson and Joey Nahe, co-owners of the Battery Hockey Academy. They help with youth programs and youth hockey training all the way from, 7, 8 years old up all the way to high school. You can get professional help there, specialized skill training, all those things. So check them out, the Battery Hockey Academy. And both teams are 1-0 so far.
Well, Columbus hockey's come so far, and it's because of the presence of organizations like that. It's a big reason.
And another good organization, the Athletic Performance Insight. They've provided us with the shot chart here. As you can see, just 4 goals apiece, but quite a few shots on goal. Most of those taken from close to the net, but we're branching out a little bit. That first game, we saw all the action right there, kind of near the crease. But these guys are spreading it out. 26 shots and 19 shots respectively. 17 and 14 on goal each. It looks like Battery's dominating the face-off win percentage. We'll see if they can continue that here into the second half as we're just about underway, folks.
That first half was almost a perpetual breakaway at times. It's amazing that the score is as low as it is, but we'll see that
well, and Greg,
might break out here in the second half.
And Greg, I will say you're doing a great job keeping up with this constant fast break.
It's a lot different. It's more challenging in that respect than typical hockey, even real high-level hockey.
Yep.
In over the blue line and controlling that puck is Spencer Cox. He's got 2 defenders on him trying to come out with it. And in this game, you better get it if it's 2-on-1 in the corner, and they did. Here's Nyquist with Grisak. Pass across, shot, goal! What a finish off just a perfect setup. And Grisak slams it in.
Chase Grisak with his first goal here of the afternoon. Looks like the assist from Nyquist. What a smooth pass, top corner. Gives them a 1-goal lead.
Grisak, a former BGSU Falcon player. Had a fine year for them. 1 year he got 30 points in 36 games. Now playing with San Jose, the Barracudas. And it's 5-4 for Bladetech. Now Campagna puts it out in front. That one sticked away. JC Campagna playing professionally in Germany for HC Freiburg, which is a very famous club. Now it's Lemmerbrock in over the line. Dropped it back for Barber. Across, Scooter Bricky. Couldn't get a shot away. Barber and Bricky, I'm sure they know each other very well from playing against one another at the college level. Pass across, here's Barber accepting that pass, or he made that pass, and dropped on goal, but save, and Campagna takes over.
Keep it in play there, keep the pace up.
Pass, yeah, you can't let it drop for even a second. Here is Castles. Castles showing some great form there. Now he comes up with it again out in front. Campagna shot and stopped by Eric Dopp, and he's probably going to drop after this game is over. He's getting so much work.
I was going to say that was excellent work there, and I mean, 2 25-minute running halves is not a whole lot of time, but you can see the shots that he's dealing with on both sides of it there. Taking 19 on target, doing some work.
They win the draw right back, and a shot by Luke Farthing through a crowd, and he was able to sift it out.
No break in the action for him.
Top an ECHL goalie from Wichita. That's probably after you get down below the American League. That's probably the next on the food chain in minor league hockey. Very high level of play.
The Wichita Eagles, I believe. It's my old neck of the woods.
And out comes Elger on a good breakout pass. He slipped it through. It used to be called the East Coast Hockey League, but they just call it the ECHL now because you can't hardly call Wichita the East Coast. There's a pass out in front, rolling it through, and a save made by Dopp again.
But yeah, that East Coast Hockey League, that has been a predominant hockey league for years and years. A lot of good competition and a lot of stars come out of there.
Now it's more of a coast-to-coast hockey league.
Yep.
You can call it the CCHL. And now look at that play there where they get that hard angle backhander that was stopped. That was one of the easier efforts Dobbs had to make tonight. And out they come. Slip pass out, nicely taking it right in stride. Elger over the line. Back door, but it couldn't get the shot away. Heideprem is out in front. Dropped around the boards by Sonnedecker. And Alger just lost it. And he's got, Farthing right on his back, but he managed to veer away from him. He had the pass across, holding on to it. Heideprem with a drop pass. Elger shot that one wide by Cole Miller and out to center ice.
Bladetech dominating the possession here.
Here they come again. Elger breaking in, cutting across left to right. The shot and a save, though, by Sochin. And back they come on a counterattack now. Fake shot, holding on. Centered across by Palmer, but broken up. And out they come back to the center ice area where it is taken by Sonnedecker. And they play it back down into their own end.
Great takeaway by Sonnedecker on that last possession there.
And they'll build it up. You can tell they're maybe taking a little bit of a breath here. Sonnedecker, pass caught in the skates there by Nyquist. He so expertly does that. Nyquist getting around Cam Atkinson back in front, but Atkinson really, he checked Nyquist and he took him all the way into the boards. That's our first board check of the afternoon. He wasn't going to let him open.
No, and you can see him come away smiling, but
look at them going after each other. You say that this isn't a little competitive?
Oh, you bet. He's just got his arm right in his back, digging in. And yeah, nice little poke away there late by Jenner.
Yeah, but it's all in the spirit of friendly competitiveness.
Yep, and dead puck was the goal came off its moors. And they ran into it a little bit there, so got to get that reset. We'll have the face-off out front. Apparently no penalty.
Face-off controlled by Hayes Hundley from Johnstown in the NAHL junior circuit. Hundley over the line, pass for a Campagna, drop. He's got 3 men on him. He dropped it in the corner. Hundley takes it again and passes it off the boards and gets back to the front of the net for that pass that nearly got there. He has it again. Hundley dropped off in the corner, centering attempt. Couldn't reach Campagna. Was sticked out by Dopp. Up high it goes. They got to be real careful along the blue line. That's where they get those breakaways. But they are able to get a shot out of that, but stopped. Cole Castles came back with it. Castles across Campagna with a big drive. And a save by Dopp. Now it's Bladetech's turn to come forward. Here's Nyquist. He might be the fastest guy out here, and there's a lot of fast guys. Across, and they couldn't quite finish that play to Barber. Then a long pass out. Here's Campagna breaking in. Campagna with a shot. Glove save. Dopp. Tremendous. Quick glove there. Out to center ice. Hundley dropped it back now for Petrozelli. Around the boards. Turning up ice. Long pass. Just couldn't quite reach it there. Moretti got behind the defense. Out in front, they get it. Hundley with a shot, and he wheeled and fired, but it was just wide. Anthony Petrozelli put it in front, and that was stopped. Look at that real quick glove save. It's one of the best saves we've had in this game.
Yeah, nice work here from Dopp, just standing tall as Campagna was right in front of him.
Nyquist had a chance, long pass, that's gathered in. Here is Petrozelli, feathered across, and the shot, a goal by Dante Moretti. Off a great feed from Petrozelli. And we played 7.5 minutes before we got a goal in this second half, even though they were going end to end like crazy.
That's what I was just going to say, Greg, I don't think we've had 6+ minutes without a goal so far. So some good work from the youngsters on the Bladetech defensive end, especially.
I think being around these NHL guys is really bringing out the best in the rest of them. Right across the shot, and that one just rolled through. Lemmerbrock's shot almost trickled in. Now back comes Petrozelli, dropped off, nice to Cox, and he banks it in off the far post.
What a shot by Cox.
Put Battery out in front.
Right off that post. I couldn't tell if that went off a stick, but you'll see it right here. Cox gonna let it rip. Just off the post, banks it in. You can hear it ring throughout the building. Spencer Cox with his second goal of the afternoon.
So it was 4-4 at half. That's their second straight goal. That'd have to give them 6 goals.
Yep.
The scoreboard still says 5-all, but that puts Battery out in front.
6-5 Battery, and now there they go. Usually they announce it.
And now it's back of the net and checked. Cross rink. Here's a chance for a long cross ice pass to Cox. It was just broken up. And speeding back with it over the line is Lemmerbrock. Lemmerbrock, well, he could have really been lined up in a regular game, but he just sort of edged him off the puck there. 2-on-2. They got a trailer. They drop it back to a wide open Atkinson. Shot. What a save by Dopp. I thought it might just continue in with the momentum, but it did not. And another outstanding save by Dopp.
Yeah, Cam Atkinson doesn't miss those opportunities very often.
Barber with a shot. That went wide.
And there's another look at the Atkinson. Good quick shot, but man, Eric Dopp standing on it. Doing a good job shutting the pro down as we've got a break in play here with a dead puck out front of the Michael Sochan. And there he is, Dopp doing work for Bladetech. You can tell he's breathing a little bit. He's had constant aggression on his end.
Up to the point, there's a shot dead on. And the save is made by Sochan off that drive by Rydell.
Yeah, hard wrister from Rydell right into the gut.
The way this game's at, that's one of the easier saves they got to face.
Yep.
A 40-foot shot from right down the pipe.
You're not wrong about that.
Now Rydell's got it again. This time he's trying to deke around and taken right off the goal line. Barber hustles back, throws it in front. That was cleared away out to center ice. And after it now goes Castles. Castles with a saucer pass. Campagna could not relay it in. Campagna controlling it. Off it goes. Back to Castles. Castles turning away from Barber. Staying right on him, making all these fancy moves. Barber trying to just ignore those and stay on him. Pass across and just checked away from Farthing, but he got it back. Luke Farthing trying to turn the corner. Forced behind the net. Looked to center, but intercepted. Now they can have a breakaway with a long pass. And that one is skated down by Ethan Preem, but he got checked. High to Preem. And now back they come to center ice. The pass over the line for Castles. Castles taking on 3 defenders. He knows he's got a trailer there. Companion with a shot and a save by Dopp. And he's been quick with his blocker and his catching glove.
Yeah, both sides, left and right, he's getting it done. Good work from Bladetech there on the hustle, both offense and defense.
Scooter Bricky trailing the play, got the pass and just rolled off his blade before he could get a shot. Back they come, other direction. This is Palmer over the line. Palmer trying to go wide. Looked to center it, but he was defended well by Sonnedecker. And it's taken over by Elger. Will Elger for Bladetech. The shoulder fake, but he was checked on the play. Right in goes Moretti, and he scores his second goal in just the last few minutes.
Dante Moretti, and that's his second. Another 3 in a row for the Battery Academy here as they extend their lead, 7-5.
In a game like this, trying to beat a guy in your own end is dangerous because if there's nobody covering you if they steal it, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, Bladetech's done a good job of kind of neutralizing those odd man opportunities.
There's a 2-on-1. A pass here is once again Moretti trying for a hat trick within just a matter of minutes, but he put it wide of the net. Nyquist is up. He took that pass. He's off to the races. Hundley trying to come back and make it tough for him, but he scores on a great snap shot from the face-off circle to make it 7-6. Hundley took away a lot of his options, and he just made a tremendous shot.
That go under the glove, I think, of Sochan. Man, Nyquist, good work from, the circle even. That speed, you mentioned it earlier. Maybe the fastest man out here.
There's Atkinson moving in. Atkinson trying to match him with a shot. That went wide. He and Nyquist look like they got a real competition going. We got a penalty. We're going to get to see our first jailbreak penalty shot. I would have been remiss if we'd have gone the whole day without seeing one of them, right?
I was hoping we'd get one. And yeah, Sochan was just going off the ice as he saw that delayed penalty, but.
And Nyquist and Atkinson still having some fun there. So maybe you caught that at the end of the screen. Here we go. They're all chasing him in. It's a live puck if he doesn't score. And he does not. He gets the rebound, put out in front for Hundley.
And there's
Shot
the money
again,
puck
and
light.
stopped by Dopp.
There's the money puck siren, gang.
So we had a jailbreak penalty shot and now the money puck. So any goal for the next 2 minutes counts 2.
And I wonder if that Battery did that on purpose right after the penalty shot hit it, so they got a little momentum, maybe try and get a 2 for.
And they get it through. The shot in, the save on that opportunity by Sonnedecker. This money puck was called this time by Battery, so that would have backfired on him. And they get out. Atkinson's got lots of room, but he eschews the shot. Instead, plays it into Boone Jenner, and his shot lofted over the top.
Tough angle there from Boone Jenner. That's another thing I think these players like doing is taking some of those shots and chances that they normally wouldn't in an NHL season.
Oh, I'm sure they love that.
Just throwing it at the net.
It's an interesting call. So they're up 1. If they could score, they could be up 3 and out of the reach of giving up a 2-point goal. Here is Hundley. Hundley accelerating, took the shot, he scores! A money puck goal.
Hayes Hundley with his first goal of the afternoon, and it counts for 2.
He made a great move back to the forehand there. He got just enough of a step, maybe a half-step advantage, and was able to finish it off.
Yeah, add 2 on it. Yeah, Eric Dopp just thought it went into his belly, must have snuck through it.
One of the few shots, it's escaped Dopp, and he comes back and makes a save there.
Yep, great stretch there, great spread. Way to close that one down. Prevent another 2-pointer as the money puck light is still on. It should be just about over is my guess.
Well,
yep, there it is.
Very nearly scored, but it ended up being the 2 points for Battery. And now they have control. Castle slipped it off. Campagna tipped it, but it was cleared out up to the line. They'll let it out. It's one of the things they'll do. You don't see that as much in the NHL. They'll let the puck out, and then they'll regroup. They know they got that open ice, and they can come in with a better scoring chance than if they just keep the puck in the zone. Here is Cox across. Shot, goal. I believe Campagna on the rebound.
I think you're right there. J.C. Campagna with the rebound from what it looked like. That would be his second.
So look at Cox get the puck to his forehand here. That's what made the play.
Yeah, you're right there. Cox, excellent work trying to smash it through. But Dopp, even with a good save, but the rebound gets put in.
If he hadn't been able to get it in position to shoot, there wouldn't have been an original shot. Now they come back in. Grisak shot kicked out. And then big save there by Sochan. So the score is 10-6 now. So if they go for the money puck, they'll need to score 2 of them to tie the game. Right out in front. Grisak shot, save. Sochan. Both goalies have just been outstanding here. And here we go. There's the siren. Money puck is on for Bladetech. They need 2 to tie, and they almost got the first one there. It hit the post, as it looked like they had one very quickly, as it was Lemmerbrecht on the shot.
Yeah, Lemmerbrecht, I thought that went in. He was wide open there on the left side, and you should see a good look at it right here. Just knocked down with that glove. Quick the other way is Moretti.
Just too far from Moretti. He's already scored 2 goals here in this second half and nearly got a third. They really need to score at least 1 in this money puck opportunity. Here's Alex Barber almost coming up with the puck. He does come up with it in front. but Sochin made the save as he just didn't have any room.
I don't know how he came away with that through all that traffic, but what a good work by Alex Barber to get an attempt in there.
Yeah, it looked like he was just trying to prevent the pass out. The next thing you know, he had it on his stick. Nifty play there to gain control, but he was in too tight to really do anything besides just put it on goal. Here he comes up with it again, and he shot it wide. Barber in the corner. Putting the brakes on, trying to shield the puck from Moretti. He came out with it up high for Sonnedecker. Back of the net. Deflected away and off the boards, cross rink behind Petrozelli. Back in, it's a 2-on-2. And the shot there was deflected. But Barber has it again. Dropped it off in front of the net. What a save. Puck is still loose. They can't bang it in. Michael Sochin moving to his right. Sensational save.
Great work.
Now here's Petrozelli dangling with the puck. Back it goes, a one-time pass. Petrozelli tried to barge his way through, almost lost it, but recovered by Boone Jenner. Jenner, back of the net.
And there's the money puck sound. The money puck light is off.
And they withstand it. That's like killing a penalty in the NHL, really.
Exactly.
Right out in front. And that one slipped right through. Here's Boone Jenner with it again. Look at Jenner move toward the net. Slipped it off, the shot save by Dopp. And as Jenner was skating around like he owned the puck. Long pass off the boards for Elger. He came up with it in over the line with a good pass, cutting Sonnedecker. His shot was stopped by Sochin.
Yikes, another great save there by Sochin. Might have got up into the mask of him. He's a little bit off kilter there.
Comes Atkinson. Look at him flash in over the line. And Jenner couldn't quite keep it in. Jenner makes a move. In with Atkinson. Shot. And a save by Dopp. These goalies haven't seen a lot of shots like this.
Yeah, I bet.
In their respective leagues. Across in. That was a great save on Elger by Michael Sochin. He's going to come back to Robert Morris filled with confidence.
Yep. Yeah, that last wrister from Boone Jenner on this other end, man. What a save there by Dobb, and I think we're going to get a look at it right here as Jenner's coming down the right side.
Oh, it hit him up high.
Yeah, right in the
That's why you wear those masks. And then here on the return play, hit the trailer beautifully, and Sochin made the save.
Great experience for these kids going back to college or the ECHL, taking that speed and experience with them.
Absolutely. Here is Atkinson. And right out in front, goal! As he hit Hayes Hundley to make it 11-6. It's not only the fact that they're playing these NHLers at a higher level, but it's just the pace of the game itself is so fast. And here's a look at this great play. Hundley got behind the defense and was able to stuff in the backhander.
And that looks like Mr. Hundley's first of the afternoon for the Battery Academy as they jump up 11-6.
That might be just about, I want to say that, but with 4 minutes left, you can still have a lot of goals. In over the line, Rydell. Pass for Nyquist. Nyquist in front for Rydell. Tipped it, couldn't score. He got it again. Will Rydell.
Yeah,
To play it back, but it's down the ice.
and goals can be scored in bunches, but Bladetech's just been a little bit off here this second half, only scoring twice.
There's Lemmerbrock with a shot saved by Sochin. Most goalies would be shot full of holes by now, but he's still hanging in there extremely well. Both goalies have. Dopp makes the stop has been a regular refrain in this game, too.
You bet. Yeah, Sochin, the reason Bladetech only has 2 goals so far.
Good pass out for Hundley, who just scored. In with Campagna. Shot, and that went wide. If you're going to have a strategy, it's if someone takes a shot, just have somebody covering the far side so it doesn't rebound out, lead to a breakaway. Here they come with a long, feathery pass. Nyquist one-on-one. He's very, very tricky, and his shot, but Sochin was ready for the trick that he pulled out of the bag there as he tried to go back the other way against the grain. Campagna, rifle pass back again, and shot over by Atkinson. Right in front, all alone, Cox, but the puck was bouncing on him. But he had to play it back across for Campagna. His shot and a save. Got it back again over the top. Once more to Cox. Castles off to Cox. putting on a display of puck control here. Cox out in front, across goal. As it's finished off by Moretti, there's his hat trick all in the second half of the game.
Yeah, Moretti coming off the line change. They had the 3 C's out there, Campagna, Castles, and Cox. Campagna took a little hurt, so he leaves. Moretti comes in, and right on cue, he was just coming in from the board, sneaks in behind the defense, knocks in the easy for his hat trick.
Moretti from Plymouth State.
Yeah, he's a great player. He made a big impact last week, too.
And here is Barber. Corner, tried to center it and just couldn't quite find Grisak. Here's Bricky with Cox checking against him. Bricky turning it up ice. 1-on-1, now 2-on-1 as Barber joins the play. And Bricky waited, tried to find him, but it was checked off his stick. And he still has it again. Back of the net around the boards. Cox breaking out quickly with Moretti. Moretti just dropped it into the corner. I don't see too much dumping the puck in this level of hockey.
No, not at all.
I don't think that was the intention there, but it's not a bad idea with 1:15 to go.
Yep. Yeah, when you're up 6 with just a little over a minute left, Battery's just going to kind of grind it out, keep the pace up.
With a pass across. Here we go. 2-on-0 break. Cox across again, and they scored. I don't know how they did that. It was a 2-on-0 break. They worked in about 5 passes in the last 10 feet.
Yeah, just hot potato back there at the ends, and eventually Cox finally takes it, just lumps it in there. Dopp looked kind of surprised.
Oh, and he scored.
Off his teammate, yeah.
Dopp got about
Barber.
50% of the puck.
It's like,
that makes it 13-6.
Yeah.
It was 4-4 at the half. It's been real domination here in the second half by the Battery Hockey Academy team. Just got to make Cam Atkinson happy.
You bet. And that would be Cox's third for the hat trick, deflected off of a Bladetech player, Barber, coming in to clean
Miller
up.
moving in, but to hold a team to 2 goals in this kind of hockey for an entire 25-minute half, that's really something. It speaks probably as much to the goalie as anything else.
Yeah.
And while they've done that, they've also turned on the power and scored 8 goals. 9 points. They finally break the logjam there as it gets in front, and a goal with 20 seconds left by Miller. Cole Miller from St. Thomas makes it 13-7. But that's like you score a touchdown and kick the extra point in the final seconds. And of course, they can't do an onside kick here either. So
And that won't earn you fantasy points in this league, I don't think.
that is going to be the hockey game.
But they let it bleed out there, folks.
And week 2 of the Cap City Summer Elite Hockey League is in the books. And another week of tremendously exciting action. And there's Cam Atkinson. And as you mentioned, his involvement with the Battery Hockey Academy. And so I think every game's a pride game for him when they put that jersey on.
Oh, you bet. And yeah, he did good work today. He only had the 1 goal is all I had, taking a back seat, letting his teammates do some of the rest of the work. But yeah, Battery Hockey Academy.
He checked Nyquist really well. And he was in on a lot of setups too.
And that's, a lot of the other play comes from other areas. So Battery Hockey Academy improves to 2-0. Bladetech improves to 1-1. We'll have adjusted standings after that. Let's see. Moretti with a hat trick. Cox with a hat trick. A lot of individual goal scorers in this one, but a team effort as Battery really blew it up there in the second half. And I will say, last week we didn't have the money puck sirens, so as long our broadcast is improving as well as the operations here in the building. So the little money puck siren is a nice addition. And it once again.
Yeah, we know we won't have to hit the deck or something when we hear that now.
And once again, I just want to remind the fans that are watching, you can see, here's a quick adjusted standings. Nice work on the stats
Battery's
crew there.
sitting pretty now as a result of that victory.
Yep, you bet. 6 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. I think this is going to go 8 weeks, so I think we've got 6 more left. And yeah, as you can see, there's the players leaving. They've got the fan section around them. So if you are in the Columbus area, please come out, Chiller North, Tuesdays, noon, free admission.
Better get there early. It might be tough to get a
That's
seat
right.
otherwise, the way it's packing out
And I was
here.
going to say, well, you can't find free admission to anything nowadays. So it's a great opportunity. And, hey, the kids might even get a chance to wave, high five, say hello to one of their favorite players.
Yeah, you can't get free admission to anything, much less something of this magnitude. Just a tremendous opportunity to see and even talk to and mingle with your hero from the National Hockey League.
And it's been great so far. Here's the quick highlight of the game is going to be the money puck goal, which actually turned the tide for Battery Academy. That's Hayes Hundley knocking in just his 1 goal of the day, but it was worth 2, and it was right on cue as Battery lengthened or increased their lead. Excuse me, they were up 10-6 at that
That's
point.
what they'll teach you in the Battery Hockey Academy. Shield the puck. He got that half step, then made sure the defender couldn't get to him with his skate, and that gave him the opportunity to make the shot for the goal.
And you got it. And thank you all for tuning into this broadcast here on the Yamo Sports Network. And thank you to our sponsors, Bladetech Hockey, the Battery Hockey Academy, and then, of course, 614 Hockey High Banks Distillery. For Greg Franke and Ryan Dietrich, have a good afternoon, folks. Tune in next week, Tuesday at noon, CapCityElite.com and the Yamo Sports Network. Oh, and good. The last piece of statistical information we want is the Athletic Performance Insight Shot Chart. We're going to put that up on the screen for you folks to view. Get a good look at this last win, Battery winning 13-7.
See Cam Atkinson having a lot of autograph requests, as you would well imagine.
And check out the Cap City Elite social media there on Instagram, _.
Boone Jenner there signing.
Yeah, you get that, and they'll post pictures of these guys signing. They'll have the High Banks Distillery Player of the Game
posing for pictures. What a great thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you've got kids, bring them up for sure. And once again, that'll do it, folks. For Greg Franke and Ryan Dietrich and the Yamo Sports Network, tune in next week. We're going to give you the Athletic Performance Insight Shot Chart, and we'll see you next week.